Hey, what's up? Hope you folks are well. For those of you who will join, just wanted to have a live stream and have a nice chat with you folks. It's Wednesday night. Just figured time to hang out, time to connect. Hopefully you folks can connect with other channels, promote your channels. We could have some awesome discussions as I feel like always do during these live streams and have a good time. Been a nice day, great day here at our restaurant. Just kind of finishing up for the day before I head home and figured it's time to have a live stream, work on those watch hours, those much wanted watch hours as we march towards monetization. So hopefully you get some of you folks in the chat, get you folks to hang out, and look forward to talking. I'm always interested in different topics of discussion, and I might struggle with picking topics of discussion because I kind of want to leave it open-ended, but I also do have certain things I would like to discuss. And I have so many things I want to discuss, so I'm not really sure which topics to pick. I don't know if it's better to just leave it general and say, promote your channel, connect, open chat, or if it's better to pick a specific topic. Maybe there's pros and cons. I mean, when I say better, I mean having more participation, more people present during the live streams. So if you folks watch this after, because I think there's only 2 people here now, or 2 channels connected right now. But for those of you who might watch this replay, and I hope some of you do, prefer you folks to be present during the live stream, but I understand people are busy people. They have other obligations, other things, what they can do and what they want to do, so I understand. But if you can watch the replays, that is super appreciated and really awesome. So if you folks are watching the replays, please comment. Let me know, give me some YouTube knowledge. Is it better to have general topics, general titles for live streams? When I say general, I mean more broad, just kind of open, vague, or is it better to have specific titles for live streams? Give me some advice, please. For example, let's hang out, let's chat, or something like gardening, prepping, promote your channel, connect to other channels, or something more specific like let's talk about the economy, whatever. I'd love some advice when it comes to that topic, folks. Let me know. Bold Lion, what's up? It has been a while. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you, Bold Lion? There's an awesome channel right there. Bold Lion's just a great guy. Super talented singer. Seems like a super nice guy. Very friendly and very supportive. It's been a while, Bold Lion. Hope you're well. Rita's Roost. What's up, Rita's Roost? There's another great channel right there. Rita's Roost writes, I should be getting to bed, but I have dropped in for a little bit to see what is going on. Thank you for stopping by, Rita's Roost. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you, Rita's Roost? All is well? Question mark? You well? Are you well? Bold Lion writes, how is your better half? Oh, thanks for asking. First of all, she definitely is my better half, and she is well. Thank you for asking. Very well. Very well. She is home with our 2 sons right now. I think they're getting ready to go to bed or going to bed already. Yeah. What about you, Bold Lion? What have you been up to lately? Yeah, I'm just here, just kind of hanging out, finishing up my day or finishing up the work business part of my day, and then probably gonna hang out with you awesome people, whoever's here during this live stream for some time, and then head home. But yeah, been a great day. Rita's Roost, I am well now or getting better, but I had a terrible issue with my left eye. Ooh, sorry to hear that. If you don't mind me asking, what happened? Are you in pain? Are you okay? Sorry to hear that, Rita's Roost. That's unfortunate. Bold Lion, awesome. Not much. I did find some more antique bottles, posted videos. I'll try to check those out. I'll try to stop by soon. Very cool. I'll try to actually stop by when on my way home, or when I get home rather. and check it out and show some support. Very cool. Very cool. Nice. Yeah. Rita's Roost and Bold Lion. If you folks are not connected, I do recommend. That's what I do. Is I like to network and promote people's channels because I think you folks have are nice people for stopping by and showing support. And I do recommend if you're not connected to one another, I recommend connecting. Rita's Roost. I was diagnosed with pink eye. It was not pink eye. Iritis or iristus is what it was. Finally, correct treatment helped. Ooh. Well, pink eye could be painful and itchy and annoying. I don't know what is it iristus? Did you spell that correctly? Not to assume you did not. Or is it iritis? Is it missing an I after the S? What is iristus or irisitis? What is that? Are you all better now? Is it better? Pink eye could be really miserable. Bold Lion. I found my first coin on our permission. Also found a local historical relic as well. Just crazy. Awesome. Oh, I love coin collecting. I want to say all things old. There's really something so awesome to me about old things, about antique things. If I had more money, I would buy a lot of antiques because I think they're awesome. I love collecting coins. I used to collect coins more actively when I was younger. I want to get back into it more. Sold a lot of my collection. Still have some stuff. Still have some silver and some bullion or whatever. But I really love that stuff. And I have a metal detector that I used for the first time in probably years and years, however many years recently. Not recently, probably within the past like 6 months to a year I used it. And it was awesome. I'd love to get back into that. When I say back into that, I mean, I was never really that into it. I just messed around a little bit, but never really got serious with it. But I would love to. I love the idea of metal detecting. I love the idea of finding coins, things of value. I would say obviously jewelry, things I could sell, make money with. That would be cool. But also the historic component. I love looking at old things, and it's just awesome. I would love to get into that. Rita's Roost, irisitis. I spelled it wrong. Laugh out loud. I thought you might have spelled that incorrectly, or I thought you did, or you might have. Rita's Roost. It's like arthritis of the eye. Very painful. Enough of my complaining. I did already have my pity party. Oh, well, listen. I asked you, so it's not complaining. You're just explaining. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you better now? Is it all better? I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, it goes well. Hopefully that's something that's like curable, fixable. I've never heard of it. Irisitis. Can you feel like pain in the center of your eye or something? Bold Lion writes, I started metal detecting about 8 months ago. Have a magnet fishing kit. Can't wait to get that set up and go to a canal that goes back to the early 1900s. It runs on a property of a 1905 school. Super, super cool. If I'm understanding you correctly, like magnet fishing, because I would love to get into magnet fishing. I actually found out about magnet fishing, I think, here on YouTube. Super cool, super interesting. And also it's great because you're actually keeping, depending on where you go, you're cleaning up places. You're actually getting garbage out of places and, getting it out of waterways and stuff like that, which I think is cool. But I think all of that stuff is great. I love hearing about things like this because it actually motivates me. It gets me excited to do it myself. I'd love to get into that. Rita's Roost writes, my pain was on the temple side of my head. Interesting. Eyeball hurt. I'm still taking steroid drops. See doctor again tomorrow. Wow. Well, I'm sorry. Sorry for that, Rita's Roost. Rita's Roost writes, do you have any holistic suggestions for me? Well, let's think about this for a moment here. Not really. Not really. I mean, the only thing I could possibly help you with, or maybe make some recommendations for, would be just the externalities of that type of pain. Things that help you sleep, things that might help with pain themselves. But as far as the irisitis itself, probably I don't think I have anything I could recommend. You're right. You wrote, I am wondering if diet would help. Well, what I can empirically speaking, recommend to you is that, like Hippocrates, I believe, said, "Let food be thy medicine, let medicine be thy food." I wholly subscribe to that school of thought. And whatever's going on with you, with knowing nothing about it, I could probably do a cursory Google. I could look it up quickly, but I would say, I think inflammation is a problem that pretty much everybody has. And some people argue that inflammation is tied to all or most diseases or problems within the body. And I think there's some merit to that. I think there could be some truth to that. So I would say just a low inflammation diet, high quality animal proteins, red meat in particular, high quality vegetables that are low in oxalates, like things like phytic acid and stuff, anti-nutrients. You know, otherwise, just the externalities are just high quality lifestyle, and that could be taking some valerian root, some zinc and magnesium with some vitamin B6 at night to help you sleep. Sleep will help you heal holistically, whole body healing. Low carb, less sugar. Well, sugar is pretty much horrible for everybody all the time. I don't like to vilify sugar completely because simple sugars actually can have depending upon person's goals, like person's into bodybuilding, working out, weightlifting, athletes. Simple sugars pre and slash or post the workout actually can be very, very good. Sometimes those insulin spikes are good and they're helpful for working out, but otherwise pretty bad. It shut down in 1980s, and then someone was smoking through the cigarettes, burned it down, so it's gone. The school? Wow, that's what you're talking about. That's horrible that it got burnt down from someone smoking. Broken Gardening, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening. I connected to your awesome channel recently, Broken Gardening. Thanks for stopping by. We got a few really cool channels here present. I always recommend networking and connecting. Broken Gardening, I'm really enjoying her content, and I just connected to her channel recently. So she seems to be a great supporter, and I've been trying to, stop by her channel and show support as well. So welcome, Broken Gardening. I'm happy you stopped by. Rita's Roost writes, several years ago, I did a low-carb way of eating. I felt better, but fell back into my old ways. I understand. And what happens with the sugars is, and I am not a doctor. I say this on my videos, for those of you who watch the videos. My general disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I know nothing. I can give no medical advice. All right, you get the point. Your microbiome, your gut bacteria, your intestinal flora, the microbiology in your gut actually can help you. Well, not help. They can help or hurt. They control a lot of your cravings. So if you're used to feeding the bad bacteria sugar, for example, the bad bacteria will actually communicate to your body, your brain rather, to get more sugar. It's calling for that fuel source, that food. So it's very common for people who cut sugar out to end up going back to it. So, and it's addictive. So I understand that. It's tough. I've been eating horrible lately myself. Not saying you are, but I'm saying, I shouldn't say myself as if you are, but I'm saying I have been eating horrible lately, horribly. Gold line. The only things left is the baseball fields, the fence, the sign that was put up in the 1980s about the school and part of the brick street. Wow. Seems like an interesting place, and I bet you that would be a cool place to do some metal detecting. Or I think that might be a cool place to do some metal detecting. If it was up in the 80s, then it's 1964 and before, you could find some silver coins there. Maybe, you never know. Rita's Roost. I ain't as young as I used to be. Old age is hard. Well, I feel you on that. I mean, I just turned 40 recently, about a week ago or so, and yeah. But I mean, that's how it goes. I just feel blessed to be alive, and Rita's Roost. I only have one bad addiction. It's sugar sweets. As of now, I'm in the same boat. That's my addiction right now. Rita's Roost writes, I have enjoyed the chat. I connected to Bold Line and Broken Gardening. Awesome. But I got to go to bed now. Good night, y'all. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Rita's Roost. I got to swing by your channel and show support. Definitely look forward to doing that as soon as possible. You're awesome. I hope you sleep well. I hope your eye feels better, and you feel better and your eye gets better. And yeah, look up some holistic stuff, because I feel like that's always the way to go. If you exhaust your efforts and you try everything holistically, And then you have to go to some other stuff that might be understandable. But don't be, just be careful. Just listen to everything doctors say, and second opinions are very valuable when it comes to doctors. Third opinions are very valuable when it comes to doctors. Vase Place, what's up? What's up? What's up? Reader's Roost, good night. It's been fun. I am better, thank you. Oh, you are better. Okay, cool. Oh, follow up with the doctor. All right, cool. Good to hear. Good to hear. Verna from Vase Place. Verna is awesome, super knowledgeable person, doing some super cool things out of an apartment, homesteading out of an apartment. So, want to talk about somebody making it happen with no excuses? That's Verna from Vase Place. Bold line. I can metal detect most of it because it's part of a local park, but where the school stood is on private property. I wish I could ask the owner. Oh. Hey, maybe you could. Maybe a door knock. Who knows? No, that's cool. It's nice to see you folks connected. That Rita connected to Bold Lion and Broken Gardeners channels. That's awesome. You're welcome, Verna. Rita's Roost writes, love Verna. She is great. Yeah, Verna's super cool person. My Urban Garden. What's up? Good evening, y'all. There's another awesome channel right there. My Urban Garden is, I would say, one of our top supporters of our channel. She's just super cool. Very like-minded, I feel, in a way or ways. To my wife and I could say me, blow up. Knowledgeable, super cool, supportive person. Connect. You know what's up. I always recommend that, folks, to connect. Verna writes, if there is a will to do something, there's always a way. Never give up. I agree with you. I like that saying. My literal, crazy, highly critical self says there is frequently a way, not always a way. But I get your point, and I agree with that. That sentiment of having that mentality is, always try to find a way, because there usually is. I would say there usually is. I believe never giving up to a certain point, unless something is fruitless and exceedingly difficult, that it risk outweighs the reward. There's me being super literal. Not trying to crush your point there, but I get it though. Colin, I have 7 baby bunnies that are 9 days old. 7. Nice. Nice. Often you have to think outside the box. I do agree with that, absolutely. And I think that, generally speaking, I maybe shouldn't generalize, but I think that modern culture, especially American culture, kind of stifles that creative thinking, that thinking outside the box. I feel like people are taught, especially in the public school systems, to march in step with what they're told, what is common, what is typical, and not to stop and think of other ways of doing things. That divergent thinking, that creative thinking. And Verna, you're making it happen. So, I mean, that's super cool. Super cool. Super cool. Yeah, I believe in never giving up, until it literally makes sense to give up. And I believe that the problem is, like, opening a business, for example, and failing for 20 years. Yeah, you might make it on year 21, but sometimes it does make more sense to stop, to cut your losses, to focus your energy and your resources elsewhere. But that is a whole different philosophical discussion. Bold Lion writes, the neighborhood I live in is really old, 1845 to 1950s homes. Wow, that's old. Our home back in New York, I think, was built in like 1913 or something. And I thought that was an older house, but wow. Wow. The building I live in was built in 1920. Found a squished thimble outside. It's most likely sterling silver because it's not magnetic. That is awesome. And yes, that's a good test. See if it's not magnetic. Could be aluminum, something like that. Vase Place, getting an average of 35 eggs a day. That is so awesome. If you were my neighbor, I would buy some quail eggs from you. Bold Line from the 1930s to 1940s. You say the thimble is from the 1930s or 1940s? Broken and Gardening. We are divergent. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I like free thinkers. I have about 30 birds to harvest. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's so awesome. I actually just bred our bunnies, and some people might frown upon that because winter is almost here. But I feel like I'll set them up well enough that they'll be warm enough, and the bunnies will survive if they were successful breeding. If the breeding attempts were successful, that is. And hopefully I'll keep them warm and they'll be fine. But I did breed them or try to breed them recently. It's hard to tell because female rabbit just runs away from them, and I put them in their box together, a little home, and I don't know. I don't know if the breeding attempts were successful, but I'll find out in less than 30 days, I assume. Wow, 30 birds to harvest. That's intense. That's definitely intense. That's definitely intense. All right. One moment. I'm just checking something. All right. All right. Cold weather is when most breed. As long as the nest box is out of the inclement weather, they should be fine. Yes, it is out of the inclement weather. We also have a shade cloth, which will provide a level of protection. And also I have a tarp that I could put over the rabbit tractor, if I can call it a tractor. I believe that's what the people that I bought the tractor and the rabbits from called it, was a rabbit tractor. Doesn't quite move around that easily. It's not something I can just drag and pull. It's kind of heavy. Bold line. Yes, I asked my renter if I could metal detect the property. Found a Mary Garden makeup 100-year-old Mary Garden makeup 100-year-old tin can from 1920. Still full of makeup, and though the mirror inside was broken, it is complete. Wow, super interesting. You've got me thinking, like, seriously about metal detecting and stuff like that now. Verna, 30 birds equals 15 meals. Well, 2 quail. Okay, I could see that. Depends on how hungry you are, how much you eat. But 2 quail, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Quail is delicious. Quail is really, really good good eating as far as I'm concerned. We eat everything in our house. Like, I would say literally everything, whatever we can get our hands on. We eat things that I would say many people have never eaten in their lives. We eat some more uncommon things, put it that way. More things that are uncommon. Checking my phone because just my wife was saying goodnight before, and usually I get messages from one of our sons sends me messages at the end of the day after I say I love you and good night to him. He usually sends me messages, so I'm actually gonna listen to at least one of those messages now.
I love you, Daddy. Good night, Daddy. I love you, Daddy. Good night, Daddy.
The best.
I really like your message, Daddy. It's really funny.
Oh, praise God. I'm so blessed. Okay. Yeah, had to put you folks on hold there to listen to those because, yeah, God first, after God, then family. Look up Mary Garden makeup tin, cool history, and how that line of makeup impacted makeup history in America. That is kind of interesting. Huh. I love old things because they can make you start researching and getting into history. Very cool. Verna writes, I put leftover turkey in the freeze dryer and got 5 packages out of it. So meat for 5 meals going into storage. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Freeze-dried turkey. That's pretty cool. Just add water, I assume, and enjoy. Bold Lion writes, there is broken pieces of pottery and glass all over. Found 2 marbles. Narbles. I'm assuming you mean marbles. That's cool. Bold Lion writes, aw. Broken Gardening writes, aw. Werner writes, oh, that is a great message. Bold Lion writes, amen. I'm assuming to maybe me saying God first. Yeah, my heart's just full. I love my wife and I love our 2 sons more than words. More than words. And my wife, she's an awesome, amazing person. And our one son just turned 6 like 2 days ago. And he's just a good boy. He's a big heart. He's loving. He's caring. He's helpful. He's just awesome. He really, really is. Excellent manners. He's just a good boy. And our other son he's like, I don't know, 16 months old, give or take. He's over a year old. So he's young, but he's awesome. And he's really, really funny. Really funny. He's got personality. And he likes to feed people. That's one of those things he likes to do. He likes to feed people, which I like to do also. I mean, we own a restaurant, so that makes sense. Maybe the inclination to feed people is in his blood. My wife, I think, likes to feed people too. She likes to cook for people and stuff. My wife's a great cook. Yeah, Werner writes, you have truly been blessed. Yes, I have been. I have been. And thank God every day. Mike's Chaotic Gardening. What's up, man? What's up, Mike? There's an awesome channel right there. There's an awesome channel. Mike's awesome. Just a great supporter. Super cool guy. He does some really cool stuff on his channel. If you haven't checked out Mike's channel, jump over there and check it out. He's got some really cool stuff. He makes things happen when it comes to gardening. And I also like Mike has these really cool videos. These like up close videos of like insects, like bees. I think he had like a corn worm moth video or something the other day I was watching. It's just super cool. Just think most likely that tin can could have been owed by the original owners, even the thimble. Wow. Oh my gosh, my renter is excited. As long as I show him everything first, I can keep everything. That's cool. Super cool. Super, super cool. Wow. This just gets my brain going. There's so much to consider. I would love to get my metal detector back out there. I really should. Yes, corn earworm moth. Terrible name. I called it cornworm, I think I said. I think I said it incorrectly, Mike. Yes, corn earworm moth. Can one of the mods share people's links so I can check out? Yeah. Speaking of that, Bold Lion, I did not make you a moderator, man. I got to make you a moderator, as well as broken gardening. I want to make you folks moderators. I like you people. You're cool. You can moderate for sure. I think it's also really nice to be a moderator because it makes it easier to connect. You just click on the person's channel name, go to the channel, make it happen, boom, 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 done. I like it. And make sure when you folks connect, connected, I would say, in the right way. Watch videos, like, comment, engage, stuff like that. My fig tree has new leaves. I am so excited. That's awesome. I'm so I want fig trees so bad. We had them back in New York. They started growing. Didn't have them here. I wanted them, but fruit trees are expensive. Fruit trees are crazy expensive. I feel like they've just gone up and up and up. I don't know. I don't know if it's my imagination. I feel like fruit trees are just so expensive. I mean, plants in general, whole plants, live root plants, very expensive. Very, very expensive. Broken old friend of mine. It eats tips of corn as a larva. Wow. Awesome, awesome. Don't make me a mod. I have no idea how to do that, but I appreciate it. I'm making you a mod anyway. all you have to do is like kick people out or something. I don't even know what mods really do. I think you could censor people to a certain degree. Really, I mean, you folks seem like you're level-headed and smart and cool and all that. I think essentially you could just you know, keep people in check. You know, I would only really check people. I believe in freedom of speech across the board, as long as people are not really just being horrible and rude and mean and stuff like that, insulting. That I don't play. Otherwise, it's a free for all. Say whatever you want to say. Yeah, and it makes it easier to go to other channels to connect. For sure, I think it does. Michael's Drones and RCs. What's up? What's up? What's up? Michael's awesome. He's another awesome Mike. We got Mike and Michael. Two awesome Mikes, or two awesome Michaels here. Great channels, great supporters here. This is great. Get 7 of you folks hanging out. That's super cool. Thank you so much, folks. I really appreciate it. We're really working on watch hours. Really, really, really marching towards monetization, and watch hours is really what we that's our focus right now. Straight up, I'll tell you the truth. It's all about watch hours right now. Thank you, my friend, for the compliment. I appreciate that. You're so welcome. Mike's. Hey, Michael and Mike. My confirmation name is Michael. That's my confirmation name, Michael. Powerful name, biblical name. One more Mike, then we'll have the 3 M's. Hey, that's my confirmation name. I'll take it. YouTube robbed me of mine. What do you mean robbed you of yours? Oh, monetization? Watch hours? I'm curious. Please tell. CR, Creative Redundancy. What's up, man? How are you? There's another great channel, too. I got some of my favorite people here right now. Creative Redundancy is awesome, super cool, very knowledgeable. Just an awesome guy. I see him showing support on other people's channels all the time. Very supportive guy, super cool guy. Our permission, I found 2 dumps. One, 123 to 133 years old, and second, from the 1930s to 1950s. The house next door was built in the early 1900s. Awesome. You all missed my live earlier. I was working, Verna. I was working. I have an excuse. I would love to be at your live for sure. CR, Colin, you're the awesome one, dude. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I normally get 400 watch hours a month. I feel like that's a lot. That's awesome, I think. I got, that's subjective, relative, whatever. I got more views than ever. I was on a fast pace to money. About 5 months ago, they stuck me at 26.66. Oh, man. Michael, just a reminder, everyone in the chat, please do not forget to smash that like button for our awesome host. Thank you. Thanks for writing that, Michael's Jones and RCs. I do appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Colin, you should come on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern and be a guest on my live. That would be awesome. I would love that. Eastern time, that means it's 1 hour later. I might be able to do that. I do have somewhere to be at 10 a.m. I might be able to do that. I will. I'll have to get back to you on that, actually. Most likely, I would have to say probably not. That would be Eastern time. It's an hour later, so it'd be 9 a.m. here. I don't know if I can make that happen. Never advanced that past that. Now took 1K away. I'll say I've heard a lot of shady things about how things are run on this platform. That's all I'll say. But it's really sad because, people, content creation, even if it's what people, they go pedal to the metal and they're all in and this is like what they do as they want it to be their job, or they just do it as a hobby. It's cathartic, it's therapeutic, it's fun. It still takes time, it still takes energy, it still takes resources, money, whatever. And it's just heartbreaking to see how content creators are kind of stifled and some even silenced. And yeah, there's some things I've heard that are horrible. I usually go 3 hours. All right, so 9. 12. I might be able to catch it. The thing that I usually do starts around 10 and it goes till 11:30, 12 o'clock. So I don't know, but I will try. At the very least, I'd love to jump on and show support and watch. I was at 1,200 watch hours. I just looked 998. Well, I'm not saying you folks don't understand this, and you're probably smart people, but it's within the past 12 months. So whatever happened 11 months to 12 months ago, that stuff is constantly falling off. So you're losing those watch hours. So that could be for the reason for the drop off. I assume you probably know that, but just saying. I gave YouTube a lot of good content. They lucky I don't care. Else, I'd leave. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate for sure. It's unfortunate for sure. Yeah. I mean, there's people that have huge channels who have really suffered. That's like painful. They like. I heard of a channel. A channel's got say a couple 100,000 subscribers. Someone I spoke to in person, and I think the words they used, and I'm paraphrasing, were something like, "The platform won't allow them to go like above a certain amount. They just keep them at a certain amount." And it's a great channel, and I feel like a channel that size, it would almost be like I'm not saying impossible, but I feel like the momentum begets momentum. The larger the channel, the more exposure, more people become aware, more shares, whatever. And this person says they're kind of just, I think, hovering around a certain number. Huh. Well, yeah, that's why they froze me 5 months ago. Now it's a year. So bam, 1K, poof. Ouch, man. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Here to MC listening. A town that has over 200 years of history, just amazing to metal detect and treasure hunt opportunity. Thank you, Jesus, where I live. That is awesome. Well, everyone have a blessed night. Have to hit the sack. Well, good night, Verna. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bold Lion, are you really into history stuff, or did you just do metal detecting as a hobby? I think that's cool. I'm here lying. I was saying good night today. Bold Lion, thank you very much. Really appreciate that, and I will return the favor. Awesome. Love to see you folks connecting. That's awesome. I'm a freestylist singer, but because of watching treasure hunters on YouTube, I have it on my bucket list to metal detect and magnet fishing. I'm tad behind videos lately. Watching. Yeah, Bold Lion is a great singer. I love. He's also a Christian, just like my wife and I, and our 2 sons and my mom were Christians, and he has a great voice and really cool what he does. Really cool. It's so interesting. Magnet fishing is super, super cool. I just saw that, Mike. Super cool. Something I want to do. I'm blown away with what people do. I mentioned earlier, I don't know who was here during the chat. I was chatting to Bold Lion here about, I love all things old. I love antiques. I love seeing old things. There's so much history and there's so much I can't even express in words. I feel when I see old things. If I had a lot of money, I would buy a lot of antiques. You could understand there's art, there's history. You could almost get an understanding of the psychology of the times, the zeitgeist of the times of the thing you're looking at, whatever era or whatever. Um, you could understand so much what was important to people um, just from looking at old things. It's incredible what things people prioritized back then, what cultures were like, subcultures. It's amazing, amazing. I have a metal detector. I used it years and years and years ago, like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, something like that. Wanted to get seriously into it, but just didn't use it. Packed it up and used it for the first time within a few months, maybe 6 months or so ago. I used it for the first time in years, and it was awesome. And I had some fun. Didn't get the chance to really do it and focus like I'd want to. I did a little bit at the beach when I think I was with my wife, our 2 sons, and I think my mom was there. Did a little bit of that, but I'd love to do it more seriously. Here, where we live now in Missouri, there's lots of awesome stuff I assume I could find, maybe some Civil War stuff. Just amazing. I love collecting coins. I am a firm believer in the value of bullion, of silver and gold in particular, precious metals. Um, and I absolutely love gold and silver. And I would love to find some gold and silver. I'd love to get some jewelry and turn that into money, fiat money, and turn that into some silver coinage, gold coinage, silver bars, gold bars, whatever. Yeah, I just I have scheduled. Oh, I missed something. I have scheduled videos for December though. Cool. Well, I'll be watching, CR. If I see your videos, I'll be watching for sure, man. Full Lion writes, a friend of mine gifted me a metal detector in the mail, and a subscriber sent me a Kratos Magnic fishing kit. Just God's goodness. Oh, God is great. That's amazing. It's great when the Holy Spirit just talks to people and they listen and they act out on that kindness, that direction, that generosity. It's just amazing. Very nice. Very cool. I want to go to the flea market now. Oh man, I don't even know if they have flea markets like they used to have when I was growing up. Flea market was different. I mean, I'm talking different types of flea market. They might have them around here in Missouri, but flea markets were just people just opening up little tents, shelves, tables, whatever, selling miscellaneous whatevers. That was cool. And I was really into. I'm not into sports at all anymore, and actually on purpose as well. Besides just not being interested. But I used to be into collecting sports cards and all that, and I would love to collect sports cards, look at coins. I used to think like knives were really cool in flea markets. There was a flea market back in New York called Atia's Flea Market. I don't even know if they exist anymore. But that was more like it was like a building where they had different vendors. I'm assuming just rented out space and /or gave a percentage of sales. I'm not sure how they worked it out to whoever owned the building or whatever the setup was, but it was cool. And it was a place we bought a lot of clothes, went to hang out. I think they had food. It was like a hangout spot. And wow, memories. But there was one place in particular. I feel like the place is owned by like the guy who was law enforcement or ex-law enforcement, and it had all the knives and pepper spray and all the at the time I thought really cool stuff. Stuff is probably all illegal in New York now, but you used to be able to go and just buy it. Different world. I think people were, and maybe even I was able to buy that stuff like young. Like they had all kinds of stuff. Really cool. I've always liked antiques and old cars. It's just the older I get, the more interested in history, especially when you hold it in your hand. It is amazing. Yeah, I agree. And I've always been interested in history. I love history. I like old school tools. Very cool. And also, CR, there's value in old school tools, man. I don't know if you follow Wrangler Star. Great channel in my opinion. I just like Wrangler Star. I like a lot of stuff that he says, and I like his focus. And he talks about the value of old tools. That guy is crazy knowledgeable, super knowledgeable when it comes to tools in general, building, fixing, tools in general. But I think he's an advocate for having hand tools because, and as preppers, we're all about this. Electricity, we don't know. We don't know what the world's going to be like. It's always good to have contingency plans. Always good to have things But the world gets real weird for a few months, a few weeks, a few months, a few years even. You're going to wish you had some hand tools. Just saying. Michaels Jones and RC's historic value. Latanya's cooking for the soul plus more. What's up, Latanya? How are you? You wrote, hello, how are you? I should have answered your question first. I am well. How are you, Latanya? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. There's another great channel. I connected to Latanya's Cooking for the Soul plus more somewhat recent. I want to say maybe a few months or so, but just a great supporter, super cool person, great content. I recommend connecting, folks. There's some great channels here. Everyone here is really super cool. I will always show support whenever I have the time, whenever I can, whenever I want to. I like to show support. I think it's important. I think it's important to be selfless. And my faith pushes me to do that. And it's just good common sense. My faith pushes me to do that. My faith determines my morality. And it's just common sense too. You know, just help other people out. I mean, I think it's common sense. It should be common sense. Be selfless. Well, some people don't understand reciprocity, perhaps. I don't think they understand that. You know, first of all, giving is better than receiving, in my opinion. It's a better feeling. And when you give, people they reciprocate, and it's kind. It's just the way people should be, especially, you know, well, I'm gonna say not especially in YouTube, in the real world, as in the non-YouTube world, people should be that way. In YouTube, that's absolutely how YouTube channels are grown, especially smaller channels. You're under 10,000 subscribers, under 5,000 subscribers, support of the people, support of the people. And even if, you know, if we ever become a huge channel, I would still support other people. I would love to have a huge channel and be able to take awesome channels like your channels or other people's, or, you know, like it would be great if someone had a huge channel and they just like shared our channel. How cool would that be? That would blow us up overnight. You know, I would love to have a huge channel and take channels that are small and be like, let me put them on the map. Let me share them out. Just blow them up. I mean, that would be amazing. Yeah. I missed some stuff here. I have a banknotes from the 50s. Yeah, I've got a lot of old paper notes and currency and stuff like that I check out. Not a lot, but I have some. Hey, check out the Fisher. He is astounding. He will even put a camera on his magnet to show you what's under the water. He also does winter fishing. Just an awesome guy. That's cool, the whole camera on the magnet thing. That's something I think I might not have seen before. Michael's Drones and RCs. I really enjoy vintage stuff. Me too. Me too. I have 70 years old knife. Mora knives? They go back that far? I've heard Mora knives. I'm assuming they're good knives because I've heard of them. I mean, more than once. I think I might have heard they're good knives. I saw perhaps a video recently on Mora knives. Random channel recommendation. If you folks are not connected to Always Survive, great channel, great supporter, really cool guy. Always Survive. And if you want to be kind and give us the referral credit, then go for it. Say that Holistic Heritage Homestead referred you, but great channel, Always Survive. I think he might have put a video up on a Mora recently. If he didn't, he put a video up about a blade or blades recently, knives recently. Iron Antler Adventures and his magnet fishing, mud lurking, metal detecting community inspired me to put up content. I wouldn't be here without them. Very, very cool. I might know Iron Antler Adventures. I might even be connected to them. I joined someone's live stream. It might have been a while ago, however long ago, and it was a magnet fishing community, and they seemed like a great community. I don't want to generalize. I don't know all of them, but they seemed like that community was just a cool community of really nice people, supportive people who like to support people getting into that. Latanya's Cooking for the Soul plus more. I'm great. Good to hear. Andy Rabbit, welcome, Andy Rabbit. What's up? What's up? Just stop by to say hello. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's a real old Creative Redundancy. That's a real old knife, and it's a great knife. They don't make knives like them anymore. Interesting. I think they still make Moras, but I think there is absolute truth. And I maybe used to think, oh, that's just older people thinking that they did things better, had it better, whatever. I think it's absolute truth that many older things were built better. And I think that's irrefutable because the quality of the materials that they used to make things with, discretionary income was treated differently back in the days because, like, if you bought a garden tool, that garden tool was supposed to be something you could use for years, decades, something you could pass on even. You wouldn't just buy things and throw them out and break them. And also, built-in obsolescence is a thing. Consumerism, and this, oh, don't even get me going. Don't even get me going. Consumerism is the way it is horrible. Capitalism in a true free market situation could be great, but crony capitalism is horrible and can lead to many of the similar effects as communism, actually. So with these oligarchic corporatocracies or corporations that run things, they put built-in obsolescence. They could absolutely make your vehicles last longer. They absolutely could. And so many things. Whatever you buy, they're going to make them cheaper, and they're going to make it so they break, and you have to buy new ones more frequently. That's actually a video I like to put up. I think a lot of people don't understand that older things were made with more, in general, I think more pride. They were made with better quality materials, and they were not marketed and they were not sold to just have built-in obsolescence. They didn't have the built-in obsolescence, and if they did, it was not to the same degree that it is nowadays, in my opinion, or opinions. Broken Garden. What kind of restaurant do you own, or rather, what kind of cuisine do you serve? We serve Mediterranean cuisine from the entirety, or not the entirety, but many countries, or however many countries in the Mediterranean. We're trying to expand more and more to cover the entirety of the Mediterranean region, or more countries in the Mediterranean region. So on our menu, Moroccan food, Egyptian food, Turkish food, Syrian food, Lebanese food, Greek food, Italian food, French food, Portuguese food. Might have missed a country or countries. Michael, seen better days, but still sharp and functional. Hey, that's cool. Yep, I know him, Colin. Yeah, awesome channel. I am behind in the chat. I'm gonna try to catch up. Sup, yo? What's up, Dibin? How are you, man? Thanks for stopping by. Dibin's got a great channel. He's a great supporter. Dibin is a great supporter. Dibin, let me try to recall. I know you're a great supporter. Let me try to recall if you have content, and if so, what your content is. Pardon my memory, no disrespect. Let me see what your stuff is. I haven't been on there for must be a while, man. Interesting. Well, Dibin, I am so sorry. I will make sure that I show support to your channel as soon as possible. Because I want to reciprocate. But yeah, I screenshot it, so I'll be there. I'll be there, stopping by, showing support, trying to reciprocate. Creative Redundancy. Been on his panel once, always survive. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, Creative Redundancy. I thought you might have, maybe I thought you might have said when you said, yep, I know him. Maybe I thought you were talking about Wrangler Star. Maybe you were. Always survive. Yeah, great channel, great guy. Great supporter. His channel, I feel like, should be a larger channel. Who knows, maybe because of his content, the platform has maybe limited his growth, let's say that. Both HC and SS versions have a few modern day Moras. I don't know what HC and SS versions mean. They call themselves family. They actually did a magnet fishing event to clean the waterways, and whatever money they made from scrap they gave to St. Jude's Hospital. They made almost $8,000. That's awesome. That's awesome. St. Jude's Hospital. I think that's great to support St. Jude's Hospital. That's great. And that's just an awesome thing. People helping people. That's the way it should be done. Not relying on the government to do it. And try to get caught up. Broken Gardening writes, yeah, the focus then was build a quality product and it will draw customers. Now it's all about quick profit and creating a need to replace. I agree. I agree. In general, I agree. Bold Lion, they're doing another event donating to autism in Tennessee. Just amazing people. That is awesome. CR writes, agreed, Broken Gardening and hi. Oh, let me try to get down here a little bit. Tai Channel 1448. Hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. Lots of great channels to connect to here, Tai Channel 1448. I recommend connecting these people. Speaking of great people, Glacier Shark, what's up, what's up, what's up? Glacier Shark is an awesome supporter. He's here, I would say, almost all of our live streams. He's active. He just shows support. Just a great guy. Super, super cool channel. He's got a channel that I think is a type of channel that could be huge. He's got kind of a niche thing, or niche, however I should pronounce that. Fishing in Alaska. Amazing videos. Amazing videos. Beautiful, beautiful Alaska. Amazing videos that are filmed in beautiful, beautiful Alaska. And just the guy seems like he really knows what he's doing when it comes to fishing. Super cool stuff. And I feel like I can watch his videos, and I'm one of those people who can watch an actual fish and probably start getting hungry and thinking of sushi. Just had sushi for my birthday celebration. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, Glacier Shark, great channel. High carbon and stainless steel, Colin. Oh, thank you for. I love learning from you awesome people. CR, you're awesome. Thank you, man. High carbon and stainless steel. Okay. I think I know enough about blades to know the difference. Maybe loosely, I think I've learned it, but it's the type of thing where I have it in the memory banks. I have to think about it and say, okay, high carbon. What does that mean? And work through it and try to understand it. I know what the high carbon means. I think I understand stainless steel is like, what is it? Is it nickel, cadmium? What is it? I don't know, apparently. Stainless steel is nickel as well, maybe zinc as well. I don't know, apparently, or I forgot. And as far as carbon, I know, like, I don't know, is it the Bessemer process is where they add carbon to iron to essentially make it steel? I'm not sure what the difference between high carbon and like lower carbon steel is. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I forgot. I should learn more about that because I definitely like to learn more about blades, knives. At the event, they found 5 cannonballs, including 2 live. They had to call in the police bomb squad. They find Civil War relics, I'm assuming, guns, knives, antiques, etc. Just fantastic. That's awesome. La Fuel channel, hello to all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. La Fuel channel, thank you so much. Broken Gardening, good night, everyone. Broken Gardening, thank you so much for stopping by. You got, I don't know if you're connected to some of these channels, but I hope you did connect. I think one or more of them connected to you. One of them even wrote earlier. I'm trying to remember who it was that they connected to your channel. And Bold Lions, I believe. So that's cool. Hopefully you made some connections, Broken Gardening. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. Bold Lion. La Fuel, one of my first 100 subscribers, dear friend and brother in Christ. He does singing on his channel, but he has no music background. He taught himself how to sing. Just awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. I'm trying to remember part in my memory if I'm connected to La Fuel channel. I will make sure I am. If I am not, I will definitely do that. Definitely do that. I think singing is super cool. I cannot sing. I love to sing. I'm very passionate about music. I love to sing. I like singing along. I cannot sing well, I don't think. And you know, I think singing is really cool. I think when people have those God-given talents, those abilities, you know, it's awesome. I think they should use them. If they can use them for good, even better. Entertainment, that's good. Benefiting other people's, you know, helping other people's lives, that's awesome. And however that's done, entertainment or whatever, raising money for charity, whatever, I think it's cool. High carbon, easier to sharpen, but rust easier. So I'm assuming it's, yeah, it's more Soon the particles just kind of shave away. I say yeah because I think I remember now maybe. Soon the filings of the particles kind of just shave away easier. Interesting. Hence something like patina happens. Gives it more character maybe. Makes it cooler. Stainless steel harder to sharpen. Interesting. Well, yeah, I could see the benefits to both. I've seen like I think in the samurai swords, for example, they have like part of it is like low carbon, part of it's high carbon. The blade they make like the softer metal, I'm assuming, so that it can be sharpened easier or resharpened maybe, more malleable. Maybe it's the opposite. The back of the sword, the non-business end of the sword, I'm assuming might be a harder steel, perhaps. Interesting. I should research that. I've looked that stuff up before, but I think I forgot. Apparently, I must have forgotten. Thank you, brother. I'm already connected to the host, listening here while taking my coffee in early this morning. Taking my coffee in this early, cold morning. Alvin Watkins, what's up? Speaking of singers, Alvin is a singer. Alvin's a great supporter. He's always showing support in the channel and during the live streams and on videos and stuff, stopping by. Connect to Alvin if you're not connected. Alvin's just a great supporter. Love you and your family. Please give them hugs. Aw, that's awesome. If you're talking to me and my family, I will give them hugs. If you're not, I'll give them hugs anyway. I just won't say that from you. I might not say that from you anyway. I might just hug them because I just love hugging my wife and I love hugging our two sons. They're just awesome. CR. Hi, Alvin. That's awesome. I like when these folks are saying hi to one another. I like to see you folks connecting to one another. That's, it's just great because we really should help one another as smaller channels, respectfully, smaller channels. I think we should help one another. Help one another. What a great way. I mean, we talk about, we could talk about charity and doing nice things, but there's different ways of being charitable. And that could be just, without getting into the actual denotation, connotation, how it's typically used. Being kind, going to a restaurant, active charity. I love active charity. When somebody's working and I giving money out, great, whatever. Feeding people, great. Doing nice things, great. But when somebody's like working for it and then I give them extra, like a super generous tip, I think that's nice because they're already trying, they're already putting in effort. I like rewarding productivity. I believe in incentivizing productivity. And I like to reward that frequently. We like to tip well. I mean, I was in the restaurant industry for a long time, so I think it would be weird if I did not tip well. But it's one way that I kind of give charity. And I don't know if this applies, but maybe a way of being charitable is being charitable with your time, your energy, and that could be sharing YouTube channels out, commenting, supporting, subscribing. Maybe that's a form of being, maybe it's more than just being kind. Maybe it is kind of a form of charity because if you could help someone be monetized and it could help benefit their family, whether it's $20 a month, $100 a month, whatever humble amount of money, that humble amount of money could really help people, especially nowadays when people are struggling financially with inflation and just a lot of economic uncertainty and strange times we live in. Well, I wouldn't say strange as if it's like, oh, nobody knows why. I mean, let's just say the times we live in are absolutely by design and everything is happening for a reason. And I think it's absolutely naive and foolish to think otherwise, to think that it's all just ebb and flow of the economy and it's all just a pendulum swing. No, this is all by design and it's going to get worse. There you go. Not very positive, but life isn't about being positive all the time. It's not all the time. It's about being honest and realistic. So, yeah. I believe in being charitable. And again, like, if times are tough and we can help people monetize their YouTube channels, grow their YouTube channels, then move them towards monetization, that could be a great way to really help people. That could be a great way to help people. And, especially those channels who are really trying, they are putting out content. They're really actively working with their channel to grow it. I want to see all of you folks make money. That might not be your goal, but if that is your goal, is to monetize your YouTube channels, I would love to get you there. I would love to get you there. For us, it's watch hours. I had one, I would say, relative to our other videos, one wildly successful video recently, which was our prep. I think it was, the title might have been or been similar to our prepper pantry food haul, and essentially I went into showing a food haul, some stuff we bought for our prepper pantry, our food pantry, and I discussed, not necessarily in too much detail, but some macronutrients, maybe micronutrients, trying to balance, have a balanced approach, and things to consider when purchasing food for a food pantry. Perhaps more specifically, a prepper food pantry. That was one of our most successful videos. That video helped us a lot with watch hours. But it's kind of like we got to try different things. And I don't understand exactly how and why that video in particular just blew up, but it did. A few more videos like that. Hopefully we'll be on our way. CR, I do what I can. If you're talking about supporting, that's cool. If you're talking about being charitable, that's cool. Thank you, Bold. I like and share you out. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. If you shared the live stream, then that's awesome. I appreciate that. If you shared someone else's channel or videos, I appreciate that too, because I appreciate you helping other people. That's cool. I appreciate you helping people that are helping our channel. We're a community, folks. We should help one another, I think. Sometimes can't buy respect. You cannot buy respect, my friend. You cannot. Because it's food, Colin. Yeah, food. Food! Yeah, I love food. I love food. Very passionate about food from a culinary perspective. And I also like eating food because I like to live. So yeah, there's that too. Water, love it because I like to live. Speaking of that, I'm gonna grab something unhealthy like a soda or something to drink, just whatever, while I'm chilling with you folks. Hang tight. I'll be right back. 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 See, that's me singing, and if any of you could hear that, you'll know exactly why. I do not think of this singing. Unlike Bold Lion, unlike Alvin Watkins, I don't have the singing skills. All right. All right. All right. I have noticed that the live streams are very helpful with watch hours. It's just, I really do love doing live streams. I love it. I love to talk. I would say clearly I love to talk, but I mean, this is a live stream, so you might expect me to, but I'm the same way in person. I love talking to people, and that's just how I am. That's just how I am. And yeah, I do like listening too. But yeah, I love live streams, and I have a really good time doing them. My limiting factor is like, this might be an excuse. Is time. I would love to do live streams like every day. And I'd like to get a schedule down, and I'd like to be more live is interactive. Yeah, it is. It's cool. I love it. And I learn a lot, straight up. Like, I really do learn a lot. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. Like, when I compliment you folks in general, the people that are on these live streams, I think I've got some awesome people connected to our channel. As far as like, I've got some. We have some people that are connected to our channel. I say I mean my wife and I. So this channel is ours, not just my channel. And I frequently want to make that clear. Even though my wife isn't as active on the channel as I am, we're getting to the place where I keep saying it, but she will be more active very soon, by the way. It's just a matter of scheduling and stuff like that. She's super, super busy. But yeah, I mean, our channel, I think we have a lot of people connected to our channel that are very smart people. And I'm telling you, in these live streams, I've learned some incredible stuff. And even when I'm not like just getting actual facts, information, I'm being exposed to different things for me to research. I love to research. I love to look things up. You folks are awesome. Definitely learn from you folks, and definitely gets me thinking. Definitely motivates me. Like Bold Lion talking about metal detecting and stuff like that. It gets me thinking about it again. It reminds me even because I've been thinking about it and I just did it. Within the past few months or 6 months or so, I went out there and did it again. But I like the reminders too, and the things that provoke thought. Sorting seeds as I listen. That's what's up, man. That's money right there. Yeah, I mean, seeds, some people can go into a shoe store and spend a lot of money. Some people spend money on their vehicles, whatever. Seeds. Seeds. I would buy all the seeds if I could. Yeah, Micah sort of did that earlier today. I actually was so happy I got it done recently. I kind of like went through our seeds, maybe organized them a little bit, sorted through. I have one video I'm really excited to post actually. It's I touched base on the topic lightly in one of my recent videos. There's a general discussion about seeds. That video, whatever the title is, um, the miscellaneous seeds that we save. I have a plan for those, and a lot of it's, I think, going to be just backed by the understanding and science that I know about gardening, and some of it might be kind of theoretical. Some of it might be very much experimental, trial and error gardening stuff. I'm looking forward to posting a video about what my plans are for those seeds and what my thinking is behind saving those seeds. I'm really excited, actually. I don't know why I say actually necessarily. So yeah, seeds. Got the seeds kind of organized. Got to see what we got. Realize we have a massive amount of seeds, but at the same time, realize that I would like so much more. We will be, and we always are, trying to ramp up our food production. And in order to do so, need a lot of seeds. Need a lot of seeds. People, might think they need more seeds than they really do to produce a lot of food. You don't need massive amounts of seeds, but if we're prepping and approaching it from that mindset of being able to say, hey, if things get worse, and if they get dramatically worse, or whatever level of worse, and we have to produce whatever percentage of our own food, well, then it's going to get real serious. And then, much of our property, or a lot more of our property, rather, would have to be used for food production. And I don't know. I start thinking about like grains and stuff. Like, do I have enough seeds? I don't know. I think a lot of people would be really surprised at what they can grow in just like some containers and some garden beds. They can grow a lot of foods, a lot of food. Slowly growing the amount. Well, microgreens I might need a lot of seeds. Microgreens I've heard, like when it comes to like broccoli, alfalfa, whatever. And please correct if this is incorrect. Please let me know. But it seems to make sense. You buy alfalfa sprouts, seeds for alfalfa sprouts. That's just alfalfa. Some people buy sprout seeds because they're cheaper than regular seeds, or maybe it's the other way around. Actually, maybe people buy regular seeds because they're cheaper than the ones labeled sprout seeds. But either way, one of the points, or maybe the point I was trying to make is, I think the plants are just the plants. Sunflowers, sunflower shoots. You could eat those. Sunflowers. I don't know if there's any particular variety that is the more common type for microgreens, but broccoli shoots, whatever. Mustard greens, whatever. Alfalfa sprouts, or just alfalfa. Just eat them if you want to. I think microgreens are delicious, absolutely delicious. And I think that what happens with converting nutrients, like seeds, when they just sprout, for example, I think you're counteracting a lot of those anti-nutrients like phytic acid, oxalates, whatever, and you're making them more bioavailable and also maybe mitigating or getting rid of those anti-nutrients. So I think sprouts are healthier in a lot of ways than just some seeds. So yeah, I think sprouted foods are great. Microgreens are great. They're delicious. Delicious. Good way to supplement fresh greens even in winter. That's an excellent point. Excellent. Excellent point. Yeah, because it's nice to have fresh greens. It really is. It really, really is. And it's I do believe in eating excuse me, eating with the seasons and eating what is seasonal, but it's also nice to have that diversity. Diversify your food folio, diversify your grow folio. It's all about getting a wide variety of nutrients, broad spectrum of nutrients, a broad spectrum of a nutrient profile. And certain foods are just you have to balance it with other foods. It's very difficult, very hard to find just a small handful of foods that have the lion's share of nutrients you need. It takes a lot of foods. It takes a lot of different foods. In my opinion, that is supported by a lot of fact, a lot of solid science. Animal-based food should be the foundation. Unless people have a very specific autoimmune thing I don't understand and or allergy or whatever, but high quality animal-based foods, animal proteins and animal fats should be the central foundation for most people's diets. I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I've just spent 15 or 20 plus years researching this ad nauseum nonstop and living it and trying it and experimenting and doing different things and being a personal trainer and teaching martial arts and being involved in physical culture and creating my own supplements, proprietary blends for supplements and whatever. You don't have to be, you could be self-educated and be knowledgeable and still be educated. You don't have to go to higher learning centers, I'm quoting because there's not much higher learning happening in a lot of those places. You don't have to have degrees, certifications to read. You can read medical journals. You can do the same thing that they're doing at home. You have computers, many of you, in your hands to research everything you want. Libraries, resources, people you could talk to and listen to. Just saying. Yeah. So vegetables are very important. Very important. Lots of nutrition. A lot of the compounds, the volatile oils, the compounds, the antioxidants. Fruits have a place. And again, this is contingent upon, we have to consider allergies, certain dietary requests, whatever. But in general, yeah. That's why producing your own food is a priority because it's higher quality food. It's more nutritious. And in my opinion, more delicious. Especially when it comes to gardening, like growing your own food. It's just delicious. That's why some people, they get into gardening just because they're really into food. They're really into cuisine and the culinary side of things. And they really like the flavor, the way that they taste fresh, homegrown stuff. It's amazing. Some foods, like broccoli, for example, when you pick it, like the starches and sugars, they start to convert and change and it becomes different. It literally tastes different unless you eat it within a certain amount of time. Fresh picked corn, people say fresh picked corn is way better than any other corn you're going to get in the store. It's just totally different. Oh, I'm going to try other microgreens soon-ish. Awesome. A few days to 10 days for something to sprout. Awesome. Yeah, I'm hungry now. Yeah, I could go for some like good microgreens on a nice turkey sandwich with some alfalfa sprouts and microgreens in there. an obnoxious amount, a heavy amount of mayo, salt, and a massive amount of black pepper. Boom! Nice turkey sandwich right there. I don't know why I went off on a turkey sandwich rant, or whatever that's called, rant or whatever, but yeah, microgreens, they're yummy. Alfalfa sprouts, they're yummy. Butler Family Farm, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. How are you doing? I am well. Thanks for asking. How are you, Butler Family Farm? There's a great channel and a great supporter right there, folks. If you're not connected to Butler Family Farm, I highly recommend it. Awesome channel. Supportive people. I'm doing good. Thanks, you. I'm doing good. Thank you. Oh, awesome. All right. Good, good, good. Very cool. Yeah, welcome, Butler Family Farm. We are talking about all kinds of different things, which is kind of, I would say, maybe the usual during these live streams. I think maybe one or more of them have been more focused live streams about specific topic or topics. This one's not like that. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. And it did, as it frequently does, go back to gardening at one point or another. Yes, speaking of gardening, it's not even really like, it's not even winter yet. And I can't wait for spring. I'm like, I can't wait to get out there and grow everything. I'm pumped. I want to get more seeds, more seeds, more seeds, more seeds, more seeds, more seeds. Always more seeds. How is work going? It's going well. It's going well. Today was moderately busy, towards the slow side maybe, but it's okay. Quality over quantity. We had some great customers, some great guests today, and I think everyone really enjoyed the experience. You know, some compliments on the food and stuff, and it was nice and smooth. I was very happy with today. Very nice. Thanks for asking. No snow on the ground here. What do you mean, CR? You're in Canada, man. What's going on? We are still going to come up there anytime. Just call and ask. Just call and ask for me to make sure I'm here, because my schedule has been, thankfully, more flexible. I could say, I don't want to use the word finally, perhaps, but it took us, let me see, 4 months maybe 3 to 4 months, because some of them have been here for a few weeks or so. Maybe 3 to 4 months it took us to actually find some staff that we think they're doing a great job and we can rely on them. So it gives me a little more flexibility to like build my own schedule, so I don't have to be here 6 days a week. You know, so now I have a little more flexibility. So if you do want to show up to the restaurant, please just call and just say, "Hey, Colin, you there?" Cool. Then stop by. Is Colin there? If I'm not there, they say I'm not here, please try to come another time, because I would love to be here if you're here. I'd like to do something nice for you and whoever you show up with. It's been less cold out west, little precipitation. We've had some interesting weather here in Missouri. I would say in true Missouri fashion, from what it's known for, or the Midwest in general maybe, is it fluctuates. We had some warmer days in like the 60s, maybe even high 60s, and dropping down to like, 40s or like 30s a few days later or something. When I say that, I mean, really I'm saying like maybe mid 60s or so during the daytime, and then nighttime temperatures of like freezing a few days later. But it could be pretty crazy, the temperature changes here, the weather change here. We will be sure you are there. It's about an hour for us to get there. Wow, yeah, so definitely make sure I'm here. Hugo Homestead, hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. We're just chatting. Most recently, I think we were talking about gardening and weather. Yeah, we're just hanging out here, hanging out. I see people saying hi to one another. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm hungry too. Yeah, what's crazy? I'll tell you what's crazy. And people who, and this is real, this is straight up. I'm looking at a kitchen right now that has massive amounts of food. And I love the food here, and I do eat the food here. all the time. It's not a matter of boredom because I have so many different things I can create, different dishes. I can disguise repetition and create the food. Prevent that food fatigue, as I talked about, which might be a little more extreme of a version of getting bored of food that I'm talking about right now. Right now, food fatigue could be a little more serious, like long term, few weeks or months or longer of like SHTF scenario, getting bored eating the same food over and over again. I wouldn't say that I get food fatigue, but I would say sometimes food boredom of eating the same stuff frequently. But it's not even that because like I was saying, I cook the food different ways, but a lot of it's just I'm tired. I'm just lazy at the end of the day, and I will leave the restaurant that we own. I said leave a restaurant. Leave a restaurant that we own. The restaurant that we own, and I will go to the gas station on the way home and pick up some Pocky Haunted Ghost Pepper tortilla chips, which I just did a review video for. Check it out, by the way. I think they're awesome. One or more people in the comment section were like not having it and like took my opinion. I don't know. They were like angry or something about my opinion or something. Whatever. Different discussion. And get like a sandwich or something, maybe some cheese to kind of some dairy to calm down the heat and those tortilla chips. And I'll eat that on the way home. When I could very well walk into this kitchen right now and make some food. But I don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. And that's similar to a lot of people that work in the restaurant industry. I'm telling you right now. Ask people who are chefs. Ask people who are line cooks. And they'll tell you straight up. And the people that cook for a living, they could be excellent cooks, talented chefs. They want like fast food and stuff, and they want like simple sandwiches or whatever, and they don't want to cook when they're home and stuff. And it's so interesting because to me it makes sense. They're busy cooking for other people, and it can ruin it. It can ruin the fun and enjoyment of it. But I don't think I'll ever get bored of cooking. I used to cook like I was cooking, before we acquired the restaurant. I cooked almost every day at our home. Every day I cooked. I would say at least. Almost every day I cooked at least one meal, put it that way. And now I cook maybe like once a week, maybe. And I don't know. I'm going to leave the restaurant that we own and buy a sandwich and some tortilla chips on the way home. Whatever. And I'm hungry too. For knowledge, yeah. For knowledge, yeah. Hungry for knowledge. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, I mean, knowledge is power for sure, and knowledge just makes life easier when it's, used. When people do things with knowledge, it can make life easier. They can make money. It can help you make better decisions. It's important. A lot of people spend time, in my opinion, a lot of people spend too much time in entertainment and not knowledge. For me, I like mindless entertainment. I like fun stuff, and I can spend time on YouTube watching stuff that's funny. But I really like learning, and that's also entertainment a lot of times. So I'd rather like I'd rather watch and listen to things that I can learn from. Might as well walk into the kitchen now. No, that's it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I would say I might have a piece of baklava on the way out, but I already had a piece of baklava before, so I probably should not do that again. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm probably gonna get a nice sandwich. I gotta be thinking about sandwiches too now. I'm thinking about sandwiches now. But they're not gonna have microgreens. They're not gonna have alfalfa sprouts on them. Whatever. I'll just have to take whatever the gas station offers me. I assume. Whatever they've got. Yeah. What was I saying? I feel like I got sidetracked. What was I saying? Oh yeah, about knowledge. Yeah, I also like. I'm the type of person where, like a Broadway play. I think I went to like a couple of Broadway plays in my life, and I didn't want to see like, and they're probably awesome. I didn't want to see like The Lion King and like some Disney Broadway play or whatever. I saw Les Miserables, which is like a historical kind of very intense play, and Phantom of the Opera, which is not historical, I don't think, but it's more serious. I like more serious stuff. And if I'm gonna read a book, that's something I don't like pure escape stuff and like fantasy. And I'm not knocking it, to each their own. And actually, I probably should. It might be not probably should, but it might be good for me to do that because then I can really unplug and not be try to be so cerebral and thinking and learning all the time. Just something mindless and even dumb might be good for me. But yeah, I wouldn't lean towards those books like that. I would lean towards stuff that I can learn from, things that have some type of historical thing to them, or some type of like cool story, drama, something that can make me think, motivate me. I don't like I don't like wasting time, and I feel like a lot of people so nonfiction. Yeah, more like nonfiction. But even if it's fiction, I see something I would prefer something I can learn something from, or something that is realistic or whatever. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself well. I might not be explaining myself well. Um, but yeah, I do feel like a lot of people spend more time with entertainment than they do education. And like I said before, you don't have to go to school, you don't have to go to university or college. You can learn almost everything or everything you want to learn on your own, pretty much. And some things you might need the help of a tutor, for example. Some things that that are best done hands-on, for example. Some things are best done with hands-on experience under someone's supervision. But yeah, you can learn almost everything by yourself, really. Uh, so yeah, I think like people that could just watch. I probably shouldn't go there because I'll probably offend some people, but I'm gonna go there. I think people that could watch like massive, massive amounts of like sports games and stuff like that, and they spend so much of their life doing that. I think that's just a serious waste of time. And I think that there should be a balance. I think that that could be like, I think, I think, the mindless escape of sports and stuff like that could be fun and entertainment or whatever, but it should be just that. There's a lot more to life. There's a lot more to learn, a lot more to do, in my opinion. I'm not sure if I explained my philosophy on that, but one day when the channel is large enough and I don't mind losing some subscribers, so I probably will, I will talk about my opinions about sports. Those of you who might understand, I'm just going to throw it out there. Bread and circuses, distractions, and some other stuff I won't get into. That's all I'll say. But really, I probably will offend people because people get very passionate and strangely, weirdly passionate about sports, which are just games. And if you say anything about them, or negative or perceived to be negative, people get really weird. Took my child to see Phantom. He dressed as Phantom at Boy Scout Halloween party. All the boys were asking if his master was Jason from the Friday 13th movie. Yeah, they might not. Well, clearly they didn't know. That's interesting. I mean, I could understand that they would think that. Maybe I get that. Learn by doing. Yeah, and a lot of learning is just doing, and that's also, at least sometimes, there's a trial and error experimental component or components to that. We can get into theoretical things about gardening all day, all this, that, whatever, until like I could talk about trench composting, for example. Until I dig a trench or dig a hole or something and throw some organic matter in there and see what happens, I'm not really going to know. I'm just going to take it from someone else or other people. I was oddly proud. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Learning by doing is important. It depends. Some things are not doing. It's depends on what you're researching, what you're learning. But for sure, I mean, and also that's a lot of the fun too. It's a lot of the fun is the doing, is the doing. I mean, depending on what you're doing, some things might create anxiety, might create stress, like welding for the first time or something. That could make somebody nervous. That could give somebody stress until they get comfortable. Maybe that's part of the learning, is doing it. You could read books on welding until you do it. Do you really know how to weld? I would say no. I would say no. It's like certain things that are physical, like martial arts. Trained in martial arts most of my life, and was a martial arts instructor for years, however many years. And I could tell you one thing I did not like was the whole like mail-in martial arts stuff where you could like, and maybe I could understand it to a certain level, or maybe for like beginners, maybe, where it's like, take a video of you doing certain techniques, mail it in, and we will mail you your new belts, like your next rank or whatever. I don't believe in that stuff. I believe instructional tapes, like watching instructional tapes on like drilling or whatever, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai kickboxing could be absolutely helpful. Just like YouTube, watching videos on martial arts on YouTube, I could absolutely learn things. But training though, and getting certification, getting rank that way, no, I don't believe in that. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to be hands-on. I mean, in that sense, literally and figuratively when it comes to martial arts. I rediscovered sewing by doing one project at a time. I recommend trying at least. That's very cool. I think I don't know how to sew. I think I might have learned like with a sewing machine and like what might have been actually called home economics. I don't know if they called it back then, or if it was what was it called? What was it called? It might have been the newer iteration or version of that class. But it was a class that taught you stuff like like my parents when they grew up and their grandparents, they had like wood shop. When I went to school, it was called technology. Home ec, I don't know if it's a class that I took where it's like they teach you how to cook and stuff like that. And we also had exposure to sewing. I forgot it. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I think my wife can sew, or at least knows the basics. Maybe. That's a great skill to have. Great skill to have. Hand sewing is definitely great. Love won't be in my homestead hutches until Valentine's Day. I missed something. What do you mean love won't be in my homestead hutches until Valentine's Day? I must have missed something. Google Homestead. Hand sewing, by the way. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. That's super, super cool. I mean, anytime you can do things, without the equipment is ideal, I think. Or it's ideal. I mean, maybe it's ideal to use the equipment, but it's great to have those skills because in case you don't have the equipment. Or if you have the equipment and there's no electricity, very important. Very important to know how to do those things by hand. Certain things by hand. Yeah, I don't know what they called it. I'm trying to think about if it was called home ec or as in home economics when I went to school, or if they called it something different. And if it was called home economics, home ec, when I was in school, then I think they might have called it something different, like when my parents went to school. I wonder. Love won't be in my homestead hutches until Valentine's Day. How do you keep their water from freezing? I must have missed something. I am missing something. How do you keep their water from freezing? Well, we don't. We just give them fresh water every day, at least 1 or 2 times a day. We give them very warm water in the winter. Never had an issue. They have plenty of access to water long enough to drink whatever amount they would need. I have never trimmed a rabbit's nails. I have never heard of that. Maybe that's something I should look into and learn how to do. We've only had these rabbits for, let me see, less than a year, I would say, something like that. Yeah, less than a year. By the way, I have a sewing type videos coming soon. That's cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, I might have missed something, Hygge Homestead, as far as what you went into, like I don't know. I didn't understand the first thing about love won't be in my home, said Hutchinson, until Valentine's Day. And then you said their water from freezing. I'm not really sure what, I'm assuming you're talking about our livestock, what animals you were talking about, but it's the same thing. We run out there 1 or 2 times a day to take care of them. I will say, and I have put I haven't really tried. I don't know if I tried it long enough, but I would like to try it with the compost pile we have inside the chicken coop. Apparently, they get warm enough. Permapastures Farm has a video or videos talking about Permapastures video. Permapastures Farm has a video or videos talking about how I think they use the compost pile to essentially warm up the water so that it doesn't freeze. And I think I might have put our water, or one of our chicken waters, on the compost pile we had inside the chicken coop before, but I don't know if I left it on there long enough to really see if it worked or not. I might have been thinking that it would probably just get dirty, the water, maybe just took it out. Maybe that would be nice to come up with a way to put the water on the compost pile and have the compost pile warm it up enough, if it could, just above freezing, without getting the water dirty. Permapastures Farm, they do it. I think they do it outside. I don't think it works. I know it as home ec. OMG. Oh, I'll say that message listen to on a tough day. Aw. Let me say aw. Maybe I'm saying aw to the messages that one of our sons sent me earlier. And I'm saying aw to reading yours. I'm assuming that's what you were talking about, the message that one of our sons sent me earlier. I do save all of his messages that he sends me, actually. Let me make sure I actually sent those. Save those. Hope I did. If I didn't, they might have like expired or went away or whatever. I find it cool that guys can sew as much as gals can fabricate. I thought that might have been a joke. I'll shut my mouth. Guys can sew as much as gals can fabricate. When you say fabricate, you mean like, part of my ignorance, like make fabric? No skill is gender specific generally. I agree. That's why, like, when it comes to cooking, some people, I mean, when it comes to cooking, I say cooking is a skill set everybody should have. Everybody should know how to cook. And some people get really weird about it. Like, people get weird about a lot of things, in my opinion. And they're just like, oh, no, that's like feminine, this and that, whatever. I'm like, what? So I've said before, I think, paraphrasing, that cooking is not a gender role. It's a valuable life skill set that males and females should absolutely learn. Cooking is so important. With power tools. And tools. It's weird. We say women cook, yet chefs are men. Mike, you took the words out of my mouth, man. I was about to say that. Most of, respectfully, people get offended with whatever. I'm gonna say whatever I'm gonna say. People get offended no matter what anyway. They'll find their own way to be offended. But I would say most of, hands down, the top chefs in the world are men. For sure. And almost every restaurant I've worked in, no, I can say almost. I would say most, the majority of. Actually, let me think about that. Yeah, I would say the majority of the chefs and line cooks of places that I've worked in have been men. I've worked with some great female chefs and female line cooks. Our head chef here at the restaurant is a female. She's great. But yeah, it's interesting to say, like, that's a woman's thing to do, or no, people should cook. Childbirth is a gender-specific skill, CR. Laugh out loud. That's right. That's right. Women can give birth, men cannot. Women can breastfeed, men cannot. Men and women can and should cook. I'm cooking with ghost peppers right now. I think I burned my hand with those peppers. I shouldn't laugh. Crushing them into the marinade. I'm gonna laugh. Oh, Glacier Shark. I think I actually did laugh out loud when I watched your recent video of you losing the fish. Because you're like, oh, you made some awesome sound, some awesome noise of like despair, frustration, whatever. It might have been the one that you had one or two people like, oh, that was so, why'd you do that to the fish? Or whatever. That video, you probably know the video I'm talking about. Okay, Huga. Working with wood, metals, and such. Wood, metals, and such. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything in the chat. Trying not to miss anything in the chat. Working with wood. Well, you say working with wood, metals, and such. I mean, yes. If you're saying females can do that, yeah, obviously. My wife has more carpentry and more knowledge than I do. If it comes down to doing things, though, I'm probably going to do it. She'll probably tell me how to do it, but I'll do the physical labor. But my wife she's an interior designer, so she's super knowledgeable when it comes to construction. I am not. But yeah, working with wood, metals, and such, I would say, like, as far as statistics go, I would say more men work with, in the sense of like building and / or fixing wood and metals than women do. I think that's a Googleable, not that Google is whatever, Googleable fact. Hope I didn't miss anything. Okay, I had bad Taco Bell. Huga, laugh out loud, kind of like giving birth. Oh no, that's just probably maybe painful. Definitely not like giving birth. Giving birth is painful. I'm not saying it's not like saying giving birth is not painful. But I'm saying they're both painful, I'm assuming. But definitely not like giving birth. Even if that's more painful than giving birth is giving birth. Whether it's a vaginal delivery or a C-section, women have my respect when it comes to giving birth. What women go through, wow, incredible. And how God has designed them, incredible. And that God gave humans the mental faculties, mental ability to come up with a surgery so that children can be born that way through C-sections. Incredible. I like hand tools as much as hand sewing, all forms of creating for me. You are creative, aren't you? You are creative, Mr. CR. You are creative, aren't you, sir? I'm so used to hot peppers, I no longer hurt eyes, etc. What? Not a macho thing. I simply don't react to capsaicin. What? I wouldn't take Mike. I feel like you're an honest person. I don't even know you, but I just feel like you would keep it real. I wouldn't assume that's a macho thing. You know, people do have their machismo when it comes to hot things. But I don't understand physiologically how a person cannot, react to capsaicin. However, I do understand 5 years ago a pinch of cayenne pepper would hurt me. I do understand like the building up the tolerance of hot stuff, because I actually, as I've gotten older, I've eaten more and more spicy stuff, hotter stuff. interestingly enough. And I think some people, when they get older, maybe they shy away from that, or they eat less spicy things. I eat more spicy stuff than I used to. And like those ghost pepper chips, like I eat those. People can take one of them and take a bite of them and be like, "Oh, that's so spicy." They can be like in pain, maybe even. I eat them. I'm like throwing them back. Not a macho thing. Maybe I've just built up a tolerance. I don't understand how that could happen topically, if you will, in your skin or eyes or anything like that. Not doubting you, but maybe it's similar in the sense that it's still tissue, just like your mouth. Maybe you actually build up an external tolerance to it or something. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Speaking of spicy foods, I probably should leave soon and stop at that gas station and pick up some of those Takis. I'm assuming that's how I pronounce it. Haunted ghost pepper tortilla chips, because they are delicious. Please check out my previous video giving them a review. Naturally build tolerance. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I really enjoy spicy food, and I feel like there is a line though. There's a line where it gets stupid, in my opinion, and I'm not a food snob because I don't think I'm snobbish. I'm not like supercilious or anything like that. But I'm a foodie, and I like a real one. I'm a real foodie. And people can be like, if I were to be fake and have more humility, that would be false humility. That would be pseudo humility, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to lie to you. I know food. I've been in the food industry for 25 years. Restaurants for 23, maybe 26 years of industry. General manager of restaurants for over a decade, 10 to 15 years, give or take. I know food. I used to cook nonstop at home, every day, almost every day, at least one meal a day. I know food. And I'll tell you this. There is a line where things get so spicy that it's just stupid and it's not enjoyable. And it's literally, it could be fun, funny, whatever, but flavor's flavor. And I understand that heat and spice are not mutually exclusive of flavor. It's one of the reasons I like the Pocky Haunted Ghost Pepper chips. I think they're spicy. I think they have excellent flavor. But when you're only tasting the spice, the heat, and it ruins the experience of the food, that's stupid. Like I like let's say tomato sauce, for example. Little pinch of just red pepper flakes. That's it. You know anything crazy. Little pinch of red pepper flakes. You can counter with some Parmesan cheese or pecorino romano or whatever you want in the sauce. But that warmth, just a pinch, just to add warmth and depth and flavor, that's nice. But if people just take some stuff and make it so spicy, and you're not tasting the food, I think. All about flavor, not heat. I bet if before you got used to the hot chips, your fingers would burn and lips. Yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah, maybe that's true, Mike. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. It sounds like there could be something to that. The fake heat foods taste like gasoline and pain. Tastes like gasoline and pain. Not enjoyable. Why I won't do hot chip challenges? I don't get that. My limit is Reapers. Taste good, but sting my tongue. Don't like it. Mike, I'm trying to remember. I don't know if you saw the video or commented on my part of my memory, man. My recent review of those chips. I don't know if you've ever tried them. They're awesome in my opinion. I love the flavor. And I really like them with food. Like with tacos, excellent. With some cheese, excellent. Yeah, I like them a lot. But that's my opinion, and that's it's wildly subjective. Some people those things are super hot. Some people they can be considered mild. But I think even that spectrum, there's a certain point where even on a spectrum of what people can handle, there's a certain point where you go to just whatever Scoville units where it's just heat and there's like, where's the flavor? I don't know. I like these dried ghost peppers I got on eBay. They're extremely hot but flavorful, and I just don't put too much. That's cool. I like you mentioned something like that the other day, I think, Glacier Shark. the dried peppers. That's really cool. I could see myself doing that, buying the dried peppers and using them in sauces and stuff like that. By the way, here's I was thinking about the pepper first, and while I'm thinking about it, I might as well give you a plug for one of our videos. The ahi charapita, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Some people might say aji, ahi charapita pepper plant. Those peppers are delicious. Little pea-sized peppers. They're chili peppers. I think they're kind of spicy. I'm actually, maybe I eat them now. Maybe my tolerance is higher. I don't know. But the flavor, there's like a lemony kind of flavor to them, and they're just so flavorful. You take a few of those, boom, 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 couple of those, crunch them up, add them to something. Excellent flavor. And in Peru, I think they use as like a finishing pepper. So they might just crush them up and put them on something to finish it. And ahi charapita, excellent. Please check out one of our previous videos. It's one of our highest viewed videos. Might even be our highest viewed video actually. Ahi charapita plant. We had a beautiful plant, and I think I let it die. Maybe on purpose. Maybe I just stopped taking care of it well. But I think I overwintered it and had it go for more than a year, maybe. I think. But it was a great pepper. Delicious. Those hot chips use chemicals to make hot, or used to. I mean the challenge chips, not like hot Doritos. Well, Mike's Chaotic Gardening, I think Pocky might do that because they are the ones I think who started and have the one chip challenge. But it says on the bag, real peppers, real heat, and I think that might be, now that you mentioned it, that could be even a marketing thing to be, hey, these are real peppers, these are real heat, just to clarify or be clear to people. As far as the ingredients in the back, I read the ingredients in the video that I just posted. All natural stuff, pretty much. I mean, I'm not a fan of the vegetable oils, but as far as healthy, I mean, all natural stuff. There's no artificial flavors. I think there's not. If you use real peppers to be hot, I like it. If you use chemicals, I don't. No, I respect it. I only like all natural stuff in general anyway. For years, those super hot sauces were chemical hot. Now many use actual peppers. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Well, that being said, I don't want to cut this short. I'm kind of awake and all that, but I do have a 45, actually probably an hour-long drive home. Stop, get some food. Time I get to bed. Got to be up in the morning. Got to make things happen here at the business tomorrow. So I'm going to get going. Awesome hanging out with you folks. I really, really appreciate it, and always have fun. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Take care, CR. See you, folks. Yeah, take care. You folks are great. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out, having fun, and also helping us with watch hours. And I really, really appreciate it. And I'll try to stop by. Thanks, Glacier Shark. Drive careful. Good night. Thank you so much, man. Glacier Shark writes, drive careful. Good night. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'll try to stop by all your channels sooner rather than later, show support to reciprocate. Thank you, folks. I hope you're all well. Take care.